go, there's a fish. There's a fish. Definitely a Definitely should have washed this jacket. I didn't wash it on my last mission. It definitely smells like squid. You can even see it's still got squid ink on it. That's okay. We're going fishing. This is the second time I've seen one of these tires out at the beach. The last time I was out here, totally different beach, but last time I was out in the surf, I found one of these in the wash. And actually I caught a fish next to it, so maybe it's good luck. But where are these tires coming from? Are they just like falling off of ships? Or what's the deal here? Huge tires. I'm pretty sure these gotta be from like tractors or maybe like a huge truck or something. I don't know, some kind of dump truck maybe. But not your average tire. And for some reason I keep finding them at the beach. What's the deal with that? So today we got a big day ahead of us. Lots of fishing, lots of surf fishing. So I'm starting off at this beach. There's not a single person here, nobody in the parking lot. I got this whole stretch to myself. If I happen to find a big school of fish, man, it's gonna be fun. But actually I'm gonna be met with one person. Ish with Fish is supposed to meet me out here. He's gonna be here in, I don't know, an hour or so I think. But got a little bit of a head start. Start working the plug. Probably gonna work north from here. Try to find a good hole. Maybe there'd be some striped bass out here. I don't know. Find out. I'm gonna start off with the same plug I was using last time. This Yozuri Hydro Minnow. It worked well for me before. Let's see if it works well today. You know, I was watching this video online. I think it was on like TikTok or something, of people just finding shark teeth on the beach. And I'm pretty sure it's like in Florida or somewhere on the East Coast. And I was thinking, like, has anyone ever found a shark tooth on the beach here on the West Coast in California? Because we definitely have sharks. I mean, there's great whites. Definitely not as many as there are on the East Coast. With all the whatever kind of sharks. They got a ton of different sharks over there. But here we have great whites, you know. Caught that salmon shark not too long ago. Well, the salmon sharks are probably off a little bit farther offshore. But great whites are definitely swimming in close. And all sharks lose their teeth, so I was thinking as I walk through these little pebbles here, has anyone ever found a great white shark tooth on the beach? Because I've been fishing a long time. I've done a lot of surf fishing, and I can't remember ever finding a shark tooth on the beach. So I don't know if it's just I haven't been looking, or maybe great white teeth don't wash up on beaches. I don't know. Anyways, on that note, we got a little bit of a sticky situation here. We do not want to get hit by a wave. See if we can get in here. It's one of those situations where you gotta just make a run for it, commit, get there. Alright, we're in the promised land now. Okay, now we can start casting. A lot of casting the surf is just reading the water. It really helps you figure out where the fish are hiding. You know, they say 10 or 90% of the fish are in 10% of the water. And right here is a really nice little rip where deeper water here is kind of funneling out off into the abyss. And so that's causing this little like current line right here. And with the current line, there should be also food getting pushed out into deeper water. Now, if there's food getting pushed out into deeper water, there should be bigger fish waiting for that food. Oh, is that a bite? I don't know if that was a bite or not. Yeah, like I was saying, there's definitely a current line going on here. When I'm bringing it in, I can almost just stop reeling and still feel the action of the lure, which means that current is really pulling all that water out, creating basically a conveyor belt of food. So if I was a fish, this would be a place I definitely think about hanging out around. Alright, so I just walked through here, throwing the hydro in, and now I'm switching it up a little bit smaller profile. Water looked good, a lot of bait in the water, but no fish so far. So switching up the lure a little bit, see if that makes us a difference. Alright, back to casting. So what I didn't mention is this is just the first step of today's journey. Fishing out here in the morning, and then in the afternoon I'm going to do a little friendly surf fishing competition with a few friends, a couple friends. So that's coming up soon, but first we're going to continue to work this stretch of the beach here, probably work back to where I started. I got a nice little juicy spot right here that I think could definitely hold some fish, so we'll cast in here for a little bit, work our way. Sitting down after casting all morning always feels nice. But to update you, not much has happened. There's Ish with Fish for everyone wondering where he is. He's still alive. If you want to see what he's catching, go follow him on Instagram or Facebook. But so far, neither of us catching anything. This spot seems to be a bust, so I'll work it for another hour or so, just in case something comes in late, but otherwise the first leg of this journey was kind of a bust. So as a kayak fisherman, you know, sharks aren't typically my cup of tea. I typically try to avoid them, but that was until I heard about Surfshark VPN. Surfshark VPN keeps your private data safe and allows you to connect to different servers all over the world with just one click. Being able to travel the world virtually opens up a whole new library of entertainment online. Some streaming platforms, such as Netflix, will block certain content based on your location. However, Surfshark VPN allows you to log in via several different countries all over the world. Even YouTube blocks some videos based on your location, but with Surfshark, that's no longer an issue. In addition to content you'll now have access to, Surfshark will also keep all your personal data secure. As a content creator, I'm always working on the road, often logging in wherever I can find internet. If you ever work on the road on a shared Wi-Fi, keeping your data encrypted is crucial. From credit card info to personal files, you can never be too safe, and Surfshark is here to help. If any of this applies to you, do yourself a favor and check out Surfshark. I'll leave a link down in the description to sign up, and as an added bonus, you can get 4 months extra with the promo code DieHardFishing. Thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Alright, new beach. This was a little bit more open, so a little more wave action. A little bit more than we hoped for, but definitely not too rough. Could definitely be a striper hanging out in there. Okay, let's work this plug through here. There's also some action. Oh, I think I just got bit. I feel like I just got bit right there. Come on, come back. There we go, there's a fish. There's a fish. Definitely a striper. Definitely a striper. Right back in the same spot where I got the first bite on the first cast. Bingo! There it is. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna harvest this fish, so not too worried about keeping it out of the water. But let me get my big camera out. I can already tell just by looking at it, but just for all the folks at home, if you're looking to keep striped bass, the minimum size is 18 inches. And if we give this one a measure, it's about 21. Definitely a really good eater size. Perfect stripes down the side too. All right, well, new beach, new spot, and I tied back on the hydro minnow. And I'm pretty sure on the first cast I got a little bump. I definitely felt something. And then maybe, you know, half a dozen casts later, this guy came to play. Nice little striper. Really clean stripes all the way down the side. Perfect eating fish, 21 inches. And yeah, it's a nice fish overall. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna harvest this one. Striped bass are really nice eating, nice firm, white meat. And this is perfect size to keep one, so boom! I'm hungry. You wanted that minnow. Unfortunately, now this is the last bite. This is my go-to retrieve. I said this in my last striper video, but just that jerk, jerk, and then a casual retrieve. Jerk, jerk, casual retrieve. I feel like those little jerks give it some kind of action. Maybe the weights inside the bait are rattling. Something that attracts those fish on that little, just that little bump. Rods, rod holder. Cameras, check. Cars locked, check. All right, let's go. Part 2, as promised, doing a little surf fishing competition here. So this competition was cooked up by my friend Carlos, who, I don't know, you may or may not have seen on the channel before, but anyway, another fellow Bay Area fisherman. And it's a point system. And I think don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's 5 points for every keeper Dungeness crab or striped bass. Or I think he said halibut too, but I don't anticipate we catch any halibut out here. But anyway, 5 points for that, and then 1 point for everything else. Undersized crab, perch, jack smelt, whatever else we can find. But anyway, they actually got a head start on me. They've already been fishing for a couple hours. Not because it was their fault, definitely my fault. I went fishing with Ish for a little bit too long, especially after catching that fish. So anyway, I gotta get things moving. They definitely have a lead on me. I don't know how big of a lead, but a lead nonetheless. So let's get out there, start fishing, see if I can catch up. How are you?
But there's also crab and fish on
Oh, okay, nice.
So I was thinking like, what do you want to move that way?
Okay, yeah, whatever you think's best. Hello! How are you? Good, how are you?
How are you?
How's it going?
Small bites here and there. The waves seem kind of scary. I can feel that.
So no fish?
No,
Not yet?
not yet.
Carlos said to move that way.
Yeah?
That's what he was telling me.
I've seen some people,
So far, apparently it's Carlos 3, Caitlin 0, and me 0. So we're all chasing Carlos at this point. I'm gonna put a sand crab on. I think it's just too flat for this lure. I mean, you can catch it on the lure, but I'm already in a deep hole 3 points down, so we gotta start making up some ground. Gotta try a sand crab. All right, let's make things happen. So let me show you what we got here. So there's 2 setups that I brought out here. One, this is a Carolina rig, just a standard barrel swivel or barrel sinker on there. This is like what I've been using to catch surf perch. If you watch my latest surf perch video, some grubs. I brought that out here. And that will work with the sand crab as well, but I think we're gonna wanna get out a little bit farther because the water right now, or the beach, is super flat, which means that we're gonna have to get farther out to get to deeper water. So I tied on a fisherman's, what do you call it? Fisherman's rig, is that right? Fish finder rig, there we go. Took me a second, it's been so long. And I didn't have any pyramid sinkers, unfortunately, otherwise I'd put a pyramid sinker on here, but that'll work. This is a 3-ounce teardrop type sinker. It's gonna move around a little bit more, but that's okay. I'm gonna be manually holding this rod the whole time anyway, so I'll work it throughout the different areas. And then I got my leader, a little J hook there. It's a little bit of a different style hook. You can see it's got like a bend in there, kind of weird, but should get the job done. And then we're gonna put one of these right here, sand crab on the end here, cast it in there, and see if we can find us, I mean, a striper would be nice. It's kind of what we're looking for, but we'll take anything at this point. So anyway, let's toss her in. You're gonna go down here? All right, I'm gonna cast once here and then I'll follow you. You can teach these guys how to catch some fish in the surf. Another thing, when the water's super flat like this, it definitely helps to have waders so you can wade out a little bit farther, but at the same time, you gotta stay safe. I would say don't go any deeper than knee deep. Even knee deep can be bad depending on how the waves are breaking and everything. So, you know, always take caution out here. The waves are a lot more powerful. They're always more powerful than they look. So, you know, if you think you can go into waist deep water, well, I'd recommend against that, but you can do what you want. It also depends on how big the waves are on that particular day. If there's any striped bass hanging out right in there. Oh, little bite. There we go, there's a fish. Oh, that's a good one. That might be a striper. Definitely a good fish. Maybe a perch. I think it might be a perch. This one hit pretty hard to start. I thought maybe it's a striper, but I think it's just a perch. All right, first cast. We're on the board. What is it? Oh, it is a striper. Or is it a perch? Can't tell. It's a striper. Yeah, first one on the board. Just like that, we just took the lead. Although I don't know if we counting undersized striper as the same amount of points. That one, I don't know if it's 18 inches. Let's measure it just to see. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it closer, it definitely doesn't look 18 inches, but yeah, we already got out the tape measure, so let's just measure it while we got it out really quick, and then we'll get him back on his way. All right, that hook out of there. Take a tape measure on him. He is 17 exactly, so not quite keeper. Even if you wanted to keep him, you wouldn't be able to. All right, with this clear water, this underwater footage should come out relatively nice, at least in theory. All right, swim off, little buddy. All right, we're on the board. Get back in there. And the reason I picked this spot to start is because right here, you know, I was saying it was low tide, but right here we got deeper water that funnels out into the abyss, out into the open ocean. So if there's any fish that are coming in or out of, you know, the shallows, they got to use this little like trail right here almost. It's like a trench that goes out to deep water. So whether they're coming in or going out, this is like a choke point basically. And so that's why I started here. Also, a lot of times where there's these little channels, it's funneling out bait. So little sand crabs. Oh, there's another bite. Another fish. This one feels smaller. I don't think this is a striper. This is a little perch, you can see. So like this little spot's holding not just striped bass, but also surf perch. That's a little red tail surf perch actually. A little different than some of the ones I've been catching. You can see it's got red tails, hence the name red tail. Anyway, second species, surf perch. I guess that's 1 point. All right, let him go. I guess I should probably go tell those guys that I'm catching some fish here. There we go. There's another one. Oh, third species of the day. Little barred surf perch this time. Got him right in the nose. All right, quick release. This is why I always tell people, especially if you're first starting, just trying to figure out how to catch some fish in the surf. This fish finder setup is money. Super easy to tie, super easy to cast, and you know, it works. It's just the bottom line is it just works. You know, some stuff like the plug, popper, stuff like that, it really depends on the conditions. The conditions have to be just right for those particular methods to work. But this is the most universal. Even when the tide is low, you know, if the swell is big, you know, it's just not ideal conditions, this thing can still get the job done. You know, you always see me throwing plugs and stuff because I really enjoy catching them on plugs. But this is the go-to. This is always the fallback. So to clarify, the undersized striped bass was only 1 point. Oh, it's a smelt. Huge smelt. Look at how big that smelt is. Might be one of the biggest smelts I ever caught. Bleeding a little bit, but we'll let him go. Oh, all right, quick release. So that's 4 points for me. One undersized striper, one perch, one red tail perch, one barred perch, and now the smelt. 4 different species. And Carlos also has 4 points. He's got 4 undersized crab. So we're neck and neck right now. All right, almost time to go. Maybe about 10-15 minutes left. A couple more casts. Unfortunately, I think the bite is going to be good here in like an hour or two because the tide's coming in. This hole that we're fishing right here is starting to fill in. And I gotta believe that some striped bass and perch are going to be coming in here. But unfortunately, I gotta go soon. So I'm not going to be able to wait that long. But maybe, just maybe in the next 10 or 15 minutes I can get a Hail Mary striper or something. Anything, I'll take anything. There's a smelt. Oh, feisty guy. All right, I guess for this competition, technically that counts as a point, so we'll take it. I think that just bumped me into the lead. Usually just look for a deeper water. Deeper water? Yeah. So like, it's kind of shallow right now, but...
Yeah, like over there, it's pretty shallow.
There's another one. Another smelt.
That one?
Yeah. Another smelt. Maybe there's a lot right just right here, I think. Yeah. Like right here, it kind of channels out into the really deep water out there. So if there's like striper or something coming in to feed, they got to come in right here. Like over there, there's like a sandbar, so yeah, less likely they'll want to come in right there. Usually they want to come in where it's deeper. Okay. So you kind of hit them right on the, either coming in or going out, either way. Okay. That's what I try at least. It just depends. And here we are in traffic already on the way home. It's only going to get worse from here, but you know what? It was worth it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be dealing with on my way home. But anyway, successful day out of the water. Got one striped bass, nice one with Ish in the morning, a keeper. And then went to do some multi-species action with Carlos and Caitlin. Barred surf perch, red tail surf perch, smelt, and a bonus striped bass. So actually, I caught the striped bass on the very first cast. I thought it was going to be I thought we were gonna get a bunch of them, but it wasn't the case. Neither one of them ever caught one, and I didn't catch any more after that first one. So I don't know, first cast curse maybe. But anyway, thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.